Hi, it's Miss Wagner. I'm going to try to help you with some of these, and remember, this practice is always going to be harder than the quiz. If the quiz is in its learning, they're not timed, you can start them, and if you find that they're too difficult, you can pause and go back and study and come back to the quiz. So don't ever let these Pearson worksheets worry you. They just mean that you're really going to understand it well. For number 1, they're trying to get you to set up equivalent ratios. So if I were to work this out, I would be saying 2 to get from x to the next one. 2 times what is 4? 2 times 2 is 4, right? Well, then you got to multiply 3 by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm going to go from 2 to 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. You may see the pattern already. Now I'm going to go to 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. And you can now see 6, 9, 12, 15. And this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Anytime you see a graph like this, it's completely up to you as to how you put the intervals. But I usually try to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's what, and then you just go to your table. Let me see if I can get this off. I don't know what's happening here. And then you just graph it. Remember, you're graphing. This is always going to be X and Y. So you're going to have a 2 and 3, you're going to have a 4 and a 6, and a 6, 9, 8, 12, and so forth. That means when this is X and this is Y. So I'm going to go to the 2, when X is 2, Y is 3, that's a 2, so it will be about right there. Whoops, that's a terrible. And when X is 4, Y is going to be 6. When X is 6, you can see Y is going to be 9. It'd be about right there, maybe a little higher. And when X is 8, Y is 12. And if you draw your line, if you have a ruler, you'll see that if you extend the line in a straight, if you have a ruler, then you can answer questions without doing the math later on. If somebody said, if your graph went that far, somebody could say, when X is 14, what is Y? And you would just go up to your graph to answer. I'm not going to go over this whole thing because this is half. So all you're doing is turning things into halves. This go up by ones. So what do you think is going to happen here? It's going to go up by 2s because 2 over 4 is a half, 3 is half of 6, 4 is half of 8, 5 is half of 10. I'm going to do the same thing here for my graph. I'm going to go up by 2s, and you can see there will be a number between them. And then I'm going to graph when X is 1, Y is 2, when X is 2, Y is 4, and you'll notice that your line is going to be straight, and it's not going to ever be curvy when you're graphing these things. I think I skipped a page. This one, it's the same thing for all of these. When you're trying to throw in a graph, we're saying that 10. There's 2 ways to do it. First, you can just go up by increments. I know that for every 10, there's going to be 140. So that means that I'm adding 140 here. 140 plus 140 is 280. So if I'm adding 140 here, I'm adding 10. That's 20. If I'm adding 10 here, then I'm adding 140 down here. And let's see, 140 plus 280, I think it's 420, isn't it? I don't have a calculator, so I'm just going to have to figure it out. Yeah. Let me respond to this call. Okay, she got it. All right, 420. You're going to add another 140 because, see, you're adding 10 more. So every time you add 10 up here, you're going up by 140 over here. And so 140 is going to be 560. And then when you add 140 to 560, you get 700. But look at that. That means that they tricked us. This goes up by 280. So that means 50 would go with 760. This one went up by 280, so that means this one went up by 20. So you just have to watch for that. And then when you go over and graph it and get your straight line, you can see that it goes up by 140 each time. Here, we've already answered it because we know that between these two is going to be the 700. 560 plus 140 is 700. So it would be $700. That's a lot. The gas, it's going up by 5, 10, 15, I don't know. Look at that. We're not sure what goes here. But they showed us down here. For every 5 gallons, we can go 120 miles. 120 for 5 and 240 for 10, because I'm going up by 120. And then another 120 is going to be 360 for 15. And then I'm going to add another 140. And I'm not sure I can do it in my head. I think it's 480. You can check. It's going to be for 20. So there's my little calculations. Now I know that this is going to be a 15 that goes with that and a 480 that goes with that one. And then I can go over here and graph it and look. It'll be really easy to answer this on a graph because after I finish, I know when I draw my straight line, it's going to be super easy. But when I go to 600 here, here's my graph. 5 and 120 will be about, this one's hard because it falls in the middle. This one's going to be another 5 gallons. Remember, it's going to be at 240. This one's going to be another 5 gallons. That's the one we talked about, 15 gallons. It's going to be 360. 20 gallons times 120 is going to be 480. Then we're going to add another 120 for 25 gallons. And that's going to put us at 600. So here's 25, here's 600. When we add 120 to 600, we get 720. And that's going to be about right there. 720. 607, I guess. Anyway, our line, if we have a ruler, would be mostly straight, not ever curvy, and there's 25 and 30. So if you go to your questions then, it says how many gallons does it use in 600 miles? Well, you go down to the 25. And if it says 30 gallons of gas, there's the 25, then the 30, there's the 720. I'm not sure if there's any other questions on that page. This one's super easy. Sometimes we see fractions and we get a little worried. But this one, like 1/2, 1.5. So what's evenly between there is another half because it says using a 1/2 cup for every 2 quarts. 1/2 cup for 2, that was supposed to be 1. I don't know. Apparently I can't multitask. We're going up by 1/2. I didn't mean to write 1/2. 1/2 to 1. It's 1/2 to 2, 1 to 4, 1.5. Look what's happening. 2, 4. What do you think goes between 4 and 8? 6. We're going up by 2 because we're going up by 1/2. Every time we go up by 1/2, y goes up by 2. So that's going to be 2. And then you can just go over and graph it. And we know that for 2 1/2, we're going to go to 10. And then for 3, we're going to go to 12. And then you can go over and you can graph it. You can graph it and answer your question from there also. When we get to number 6, notice there's 72 flowers, and she's got the ratio. That means 4 to 2 to 3, and there's a total of 72 flowers. So I'm going to see, okay, what does this add up to? 4 and 2 is 6, and 3 is 9. Well, guess what? 9 is a factor of 72. 9 will go into 72 8 times. So I'm going to say times 8 times 8 times 8. And let's see what happens. 32, 16, 24. When we add these up, we get 72 flowers, and there's 4 to 2 to 3. So I won't give you this type of question. It's anytime you see higher order thinking, it's kind of an extra credit. So that one was very tricky. And then finally, on the last one, is just dog food and the cost of the food, and they just want to know the coordinates. So on this one, you're really just looking to see if you can read a graph. Hang on. She did. Okay. And I know you can read a graph. So just see what you think on this one with the dog food. It says 6 pounds. Pounds is X, so you're going to go up to 6, and you see where it intersects the line. Well, you always put the X first and then the Y. So that's all you do for that one. That's the coordinates. And I'm not sure, I copied the last one. I didn't get the last one. So let's see if we can get that for you right now while we're on the video. I think I've got it right here. Sorry about that. I completely missed that one. This is how we'll do it. And then you'll be done. And if you don't need to listen to this, I don't blame you. You certainly don't have to. Here we go. And this is just like we've been doing. They call it an assessment just to make sure that you understood all the other stuff. So in this one, they're just saying they push tables together to seat 13 people. So they're kind of giving you the answer right there when they say they push these tables together. If they seat 13 people, then that means that 3 tables to 13 people. And they want to go all the way up to 65. So every time I push 3 tables together, I'm going to go up by 3. 3 more tables will be 9. 3 more tables will be 12. And 3 more tables will be 15. When this goes up by 3, this is going to go up by 13. 13 and 13 is 26. Plus 13, 39. Plus 13 is 52. Plus 13 is 65. So remember, once you get the first part, you know that every time you go up by that amount, here you're going to go up by that same amount here. And then you're always going to have a straight line on the point. I'm sorry this was so long, but please let me know if this was helpful. If not, I won't waste your time with these long videos. I'll keep them shorter in the future. Thank you for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.